I get asked pretty frequently by my seller clients and prospects, based on the current market and the fact that prices have been driven up pretty high, about where they should go if they decide to sell. Many people are wanting to cash out or simply are tired of their homes or wanting to transition to the next life stage and are looking at retirement one day, must be nice. But, it's real life and people are wanting to transition to be closer to family and or are looking at the next chapter in their lives. And they're using their current real estate as a crux to help them do so. So when we talk about affordability in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and if you are a seller who's been on the fence and you're trying to figure out where you should go next, like what particular areas are going to be the most affordable, especially if you're looking to downsize or essentially move on up, get that new construction home that's more affordable than it might otherwise be in the closer in suburbs, I have that information for you here today. So where we are is that we have a few specific cities, areas, and then we pull it out to the county level as general information and knowledge. As I know a lot of folks are not daunted by the idea of moving more to the country and getting more land and more area to roam, which we saw was a really big push during COVID times. So what are those areas that are going to be the most affordable? Where I started this analysis was with the median home price of yesteryear. So in February 2020, right before COVID, the median home price across DFW was about $275,000. The good old days, right? If only we could go back in time. But that's essentially what the median list price was, February 2020. So I put that as our true north, almost as our compass, if you will, to see how close we could get there in terms of median home prices and trying to find the lowest cost area at the median level, while also thinking in terms of getting the most bang for your buck, the most square footage at the lowest price per square foot. So let's dive into the data, shall we? And it goes without saying that across the board, median home prices are up. So the lowest median home price in the area was really about, especially in the developed suburbs, was really about $100,000 over the median price of pre-COVID, February 2020, of $275,000. So the closest we could get really was about $380,000 to $390,000 at the median level. And so when we married that with getting the most house for your dollar, essentially at the lowest price per square foot, we landed on Royse City. Royse City comes in at about $176 per square foot as of the most recent data. That would be June 2022. And it's a budding and continuing to grow suburb. It has lots of amenities, and building is just continuing to go out that way and in that direction, to include Royse City, Fate, and those other neighboring suburbs. So it's definitely one to look at. Next on the list, we have Grand Prairie. Now, Grand Prairie is a mix of old and new, so you'll definitely want to look around there. But if you're not afraid of an older, more seasoned, home with more character, Grand Prairie is definitely an awesome place to look. It's very, built out and established, has lots of established neighborhoods, good schools, great overall environment, and at the median, homes are built about 1994. So like I said, it's a range of old and new and newish, and the average price per square foot in Grand Prairie is $177.68 there. So hovering at about $178 per square foot. So definitely give Grand Prairie a look, especially if you like a more established neighborhood or area. Next on the list, we have Forney. Forney is definitely still developing and growing and represents some opportunity, and is coming in at $180 per square foot. And they also have newer homes. So at the median, I think we're at about 2017 or so from a year built perspective. So definitely somewhere to look if you are wanting to stay in a developed suburb that continues to grow and are still getting in pretty early in terms of its cycle, as there is a lot of opportunity for continued development as they continue to invest in that suburban sprawl in that particular community. So it's definitely one that I recommend. Now, if you're wanting another more established area that it just borders South Fort Worth and you're more on the west side or wanting to move to the west side, Crowley is another place for you. Now, some of it also, like I said, borders just that southwestern Fort Worth border. So it's definitely a place to look. There's lots of new construction there, and it is continuing to grow and be filled in. You get the establishment of Fort Worth and all the communities there, particularly there even on the south side and all those amenities, but kind of the up and comingness of Crowley itself and that lower cost of living. It's coming in at $188 per square foot for us. Last on the list, but not least, is Garland. Garland is very established, has a mix of old and new, lots of opportunity there, good solid school district, but again, very established, very close to all of or at least the most of the Dallas suburbs and Dallas itself. So this one is definitely worth a look. And it's a larger city, so there's a lot of volume and a lot to choose from. The average year built is 1980, so as we said, that mix of old and new or newish in there. Lots of renovation, lots of redevelopment in terms of the existing homes that are there. So I definitely recommend giving that one a look. And Garland comes in at the height of our list at $190 per square foot, give or take some change. When we look at the county level, where can you get a great country home in counties that are going to be the most favorable? As I know, lots of folks are looking for land these days and those retirement spaces where their nearest neighbor is an acre or 2 or 5 away in many instances, as I've got folks looking for 5 to 10 plus acre tracts. So those counties with the most opportunity are going to be Hunt County at the top of our list, and that would include the general area that's Greenville, Caddo Mills, and Commerce, kind of from the southwest all the way up to the northeast side of that county. And that's coming in at the median home price of yesteryear. So those homes at the median are selling at $275,000, which reflects the median home price in the DFW Metroplex right before COVID. That's February 2020. And that would be about $170 per square foot. So Hunt County is where your search might take you if you don't mind that country home. Fewer amenities and a little more of a commute outside of the core Dallas suburbs there. Next on our list, we have Kaufman County. Kaufman County includes the city of Forney, so you have a lot of areas in there that are flanked by Forney, so you would get much of the development there as kind of your closest suburban hub or center, but you would be out in the country to include some of those other areas out there. And third on the list would be Van Zant County, which includes Canton, Maybank, and those other areas kind of around the lakeside area there, within close proximity to the lake area on that side as well. So if you are looking for lakeside property, there is some opportunity out there too. Well, that's all I have, folks. So those are really the most affordable areas. So when we think about that kind of urban and suburban sprawl, you're really looking at those counties in areas that are going to be about north to the northeast of the Dallas kind of metroplex core in terms of where the building is going and where affordability is headed. So kind of due east and northeast of Dallas, and then to the south and southwest of Fort Worth. So we're sprawling out kind of more on the diagonal from the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. So if you're looking for land and opportunities to buy and hold land, consider that some guidance and counsel as well as the development is headed in those directions. If you need any help from me, either identifying a new home or thinking about selling a home and then purchasing on the other side of your sale, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Again, it's Megan Johnson, your 5-star realtor with Realty One Group. We'll chat soon. Bye.